Whoa, that's a lot of observers. Yeah. Hello, and welcome to this ZOTAC series. This is going to be, I believe, the semifinals of this Best of 3 series. And yeah, it's going to be between InquisitiveHawk and Hate, Love, Anger. So Hawk's going to be spawning in as the orange human player, who apparently is no longer a light bluish human player. Hawk generally takes that color for some reason. But it doesn't really matter. His opponent is going to be HLA, or Hate, Love, Anger, the blue Night Elf player. You've seen in the chat right now that Hulk was questioning to HLA, wait, you're Night Elf? I thought you were an undead player. And that's what I thought as well. HLA is indeed an undead player, but apparently he's choosing to go Night Elf. I'm not sure what he played in the quarterfinals. He was versing a new face, so um, you know, I don't really cast that. So I'm just, baffled at why HLA chose to go Night Elf because he's clearly an undead player, but oh well. Let's see how he will do. Hawk is playing his main race, of course, which is human, so yeah. And Hawk is going to take advantage of HLA's lack of early units by placing down a scout farm right next to the base. What's different from HLA from typical Night Elf players is that he is not placing his Ancient of War near a creep camp, so this will allow that Ancient of War to just constantly pump out those archers. What that will do, it will prevent HLA from having a, I guess, safe method of clearing out camps, as the Ancient of War generally tanks the damage, as it has the highest aggro priority for AIs. Either way, we have Hawk actually placing down some scout farms around the map. The map's not that big. It is probably one of the smallest maps Terenas stands it is. And apparently, oh, HLA is going to go for a Dark Ranger play. That could explain why the mass archers. Uh, to be honest, I have yet to see a Dark Ranger play actually work out for a Night Elf player, so I'm very interested to see how HLA actually handles this. Um, but he is versing Hawk, so Hawk does have a solid game plan, which is, I'm assuming, just the same, same old human stuff, which is double arcane sanctums, but it can be very situational, like we saw in his previous games versus Krav. Level 2 on the Archmage, very close to level 2 on the Dark Ranger. Looks like the Archmage got himself fairly nice items, plus 3 on the Intelligence and the plus 6 Claws. There we go with the Elemental taken down by the Dark Ranger, and she will get level 2, which I'm imagining it's gonna be Silence. Okay, so obviously we can see HLA's utilizing the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger's black arrows, pretty much making an army through her opponent's corpses, I guess. The problem is that, if they're not used, they will eventually die out, which this one will, but it was going to die out anyway. Okay, Hawk's going to go straight into HLA's base, and apparently he's going to leave immediately as well. Dark Ranger will probably see her pick up a boost of speed later on, because she really needs to do better at chasing units. Either way, I think HLA is actually wasting his time here, but who knows. HLA's Hunter Soul actually placed down over here for some reason, and it will probably be... It would actually manage to live on. Hawk's probably going to go after that very soon, possibly. We do have a Blacksmith being placed down, so we could have... I don't know, just dwarven units. I can't imagine riflemen. Actually, don't know. Haven't seen riflemen against night elves in, I guess, a long while. It could just be workshop units. I can't imagine Griffin aviaries, as you know, it's mass archers, so that's, you know, kind of anti-air. I'm still wondering. HLA's Moonwalls, he has a very interesting layout for his buildings. Usually when I see this, like, scattered building layout, it tends to do kind of poorly. You know, no matter what kind of player you are. We've seen it, or at least I've seen it through, like, players like Nicker, um, Elegant, I think it was Elegant. It might have been Spiral. But either way, you know, even good Night Elf players try to go for this wacky building layout and get hammered for it. Okay. Nothing really much going on except the usual harassment from Hawk. His elemental will get taken down. He hasn't opted to go for an expansion, as I guess it's a smart choice, as those dark minions would easily overwhelm the peasants, but to be honest, I would think arcane towers are sufficient enough to actually defend that. Panda second hero, okay. We usually see this followed up after the Dark Ranger, so let's see how this will actually work out. We do have some Huntresses being produced, but I believe they have stopped, as Tier 2 has finished, and we are going to have double Ancient of Lore units very soon. Oh, apparently it is a Rifleman. Huh. I should not have doubted myself. So it is going to be Rifleman into one Arcane Sanctum. Does appearance is being used. Oh. Sorry about this, but I am being called for. Sorry about that. Oh. Yeah, let's just get back into this. Little engagement right over here. We have a Breath of Fire. Hitting a lot of those militia, and we have a Stormbolt coming in. Not quite the surround that Hawk was looking for. Either way, HLA is gonna skillfully move his archers away. Well, not if they're gonna be Stormbolted. At level 3 on the Dark Ranger, HLA is finally gonna lose that archer. I was wondering when she will drop. Riflemen, I'm not seeing a real big impact into this fight, really. Most of them have just been chased away. Do we only have one left? There was 2 riflemen last time I checked. Okay, it looks like... Is that level 3? That is level 3 on the Archmage. I'm not sure who actually has the edge so far. It looks like both players suffered some minor damage. I mean, Hawk did place down an elemental earlier on. Didn't really do that much damage. It looks like we're going to go Mass Dryads for now. HLA is probably going to go into Bears later on. We will have that Panda living up as quickly as possible, as he is more effective that way. I mean, level 1 Breath of Fire is not really that effective, even with the Drunken Haze. Okay, we have 1-0 upgrades on those Riflemen. I don't think we're going to see any upgrades from Hail of Anger anytime soon. And Hawk is unable to actually clear out this gold mine, as HLA is just right at the doorstep. Yeah, okay, it looks like they're going to finally engage. Breath of Fire stealing that assassin's kill. Giving level to the Brewmaster. However, he is kind of out of mana, so that is a slight problem. There we go with another lightning shield. Hawk will be forced to actually move that rifleman away. We have Scourge Bone Chimes in on that Mountain King. It would have been, I guess, an alright item if it was the early stage. I think that Hawk could have actually benefited that from the early game when he had Footman, but you know, he doesn't have it anymore. Fluid of Accuracy is more effective. Oh well. Adept training for priests being upgraded. No sources just quite yet. We don't have... I don't think we'll even see sources as it doesn't really call for it. Maybe when bears come out, but other than that, I can't imagine them actually being trained up. Spellbreakers, yeah, same thing applies. If we do see bears from HLA, we'll most likely see spellbreakers and possibly sorceresses. And maybe in griffins. Either way, Archmage is near level 4, Panda is halfway to level 3, and the Dark Ranger, where is she? Not as close to level 4, but at the same time, Halo of Anger is not really creeping that Dark Ranger up. Mountain King's also level 3, wow, that was quick. Dispel, taking out that Lightning Shield, and there we go with a lucky drop right there, Tome of Experience. That is going to be a full 100 points of experience on that Mountain King, and a Sober Mask as well. Those are some fairly good items on Hawk's units, Hawk's heroes. That additional mana regen, and of course that 300 mana on the spot if he needs it. To be honest, I think the Panda is a little jealous. He does have a 500 hit point one though. But at the same time, mana is a little bit more important than health. Or at least some people think so. And we have the bears. 0-1. Okay, well, apparently we have upgraded the armor first for the Night Elf army. We're gonna have that roar. Hawks are gonna place down a sentry ward. To be honest, roar is not really that effective in this particular army composition, as it only affects the bears and the heroes. The dryads are actually unaffected by the buff, which is rather unfortunate. And here we go with Spellbreakers. Hawk predicted just the timing for that. Hawk is going to lose one of his... Oh, actually no. Scroll of Healing is going to effectively heal up most of his Riflemen. Riflemen doing a lot of damage. 2-0, and they do a fairly large amount of piercing damage. Definitely a Dryad's worst nightmare, but the Rifleman's worst nightmare is indeed a Panda. Roars are going to be stolen by the Spellbreaker. Huh. We will have a Staff of Sanctuary being used to probably, send a bear back out. Mountain King, we'll be able to get that long distance Stormbolt. HLA probably mishandled his units right there with a mistake in terms of his control grouping. Oh well. And we have the Sorcerers out as well, just like I said. Silence being casted, that is... Did the spell actually do that? It probably did, but oh well, it might have been something else. Either way, it looks like Hawk is in the, lead, I should say. He's going to take down that store, which is not going to be helpful for HLA's case, and we have more units just reinforcing. It does look like Hawk is also choosing to go for an expansion while he takes advantage of this. Very StarCraft-esque. Actually, no, we can't have an expansion over here because there is a Shadow Melded Archer. Priest taken down before he can actually get back to the Pact. And, oh wow, these peasants are walking into a camp that is not cleared out. Surprisingly, the peasants will live, even this low hit point one. Okay, Ancient of Wonders being rebuilt. We do have Tree of Eternity. So we most likely have Masters Trained Bears, which we do. Item, what is that item? Slips of Agility will be picked up by the Dark Ranger possibly. It could even be sold. Dark Ranger doesn't really have any items from her early creeping camps. Nearly level 5 Archmage and Mountain King, that's going to be very dangerous. HLA used to have the hero advantage, but apparently not anymore. Level 4 on the Panda and nearly level 5 on the Dark Ranger. Does look like Hawk's gonna reach level 5 in this Archmage. And we will see level 3 Elementals. There we go. We have more priests, and we are still sticking to 50 food for Hawk. It looks like HLA did make the jump to low upkeep. I guess okay. Even though it's bad to go for upkeep, it's also kind of bad to actually stay in no upkeep at all. I mean, imagine a one basing night elf just 50 food supply versus a one basing human that actually went over upkeep. Yeah, even though you might have the economic advantage, at the end of the day, armies win the games, not economy. And let's see how this will do. HLA's Dark Minion is actually getting taken out, giving a little bit of experience to that Mountain King and the Archmage as well. You can see how much he actually gained through those skeleton kills alone, as heroes can't gain experience through creep camps after level 5. If you didn't know that, then you learned something new. We're gonna have a Staff Sanctuary on one of those bears. Roar is being stolen by those Spellbreakers, but they're just going to be recasted from those bears, as they do have the Mark of the Claw. I believe that's what it's called. Another Breath of Fire would actually do wonders for the damage, but he is running out of mana. And of course, a Scroll of Healing, which the Mountain King does have, will pretty much rectify that damage dealt. I'm surprised he has yet to use it right now. Surprised he has yet to use Storm Bolts as well. He has plenty of mana to spare, and he does have a greater mana potion to use, which, you know, he hasn't. He hasn't really been using that spell. Either way, I'm still surprised that Hawk has yet to expand. He has cleared out both gold mines, and yes, Hawk even cleared out the archer over here. But he has yet to place down a town hall. Bears are in need to recuperate. Rejuvenate, such a weird ability to me. They seem like they're not actually having effect, but you know, they eventually become worthwhile, which is what we're seeing right over here. Not that much health being restored, but at the same time, it is balance issues, I guess. Store is going to be taken down again. Another Stormbolt. That is a level 3 Stormbolt, which is pretty huge DPS from just one unit. So, that is crazy. Either way, more spells are being stolen. There we go with another Stormbolt right there. We do only have one Staff of Sanctuary, which I'm not too keen on. I would have preferred all heroes having Staff of Sanctuaries right there. Mountain King, if he can be taken down, this might actually be the turning point for HLA, but as of yet, I have yet to see true focus fire on that Mountain King. To be honest, I would like to see it. Panda's nearly level 5. There we go with level 5, and we will have a level 3 Breath of Fire. He does have a mana pot, so he will be able to use it right now. There we go. And maybe get that going. Unfortunately, to not hit the MK, Potion of Invulnerability will be purchased, but the priests are healing him back to full health. I guess the biggest mistake I would say for HLA is not focus firing that Mountain King. Just force that early purchase on the Invulnerability Potion, and then, you know, look at that. Potion's already worn off, and just focus fire again. But we're not having that. Either way, Rejuvenate is going to be stolen immediately. Level 6 on that Archmage. It will be level 3 Brilliant Aura. As it looks like Hawk seems to have this in the bag. And to be honest, I think he has it in the bag as well. There we go. Half health. Bear instantly taken down by a Stormbolt. HLA. He does not have enough gold for anything. Meanwhile, Hawk has a reasonable balance. 47 versus 46. Apparently HLA is still hanging in there, but he is going to lose Moonwells, which is going to be vital for his survivability. Rejuvenate on that Elemental. Wow, talk about very insulting. But Dryad's able to abolish that, take it out. Oh, there we go with the Greater Dark Minion. Then we go with the Stormbolt as well. Bear will be taken out. To be honest, these riflemen are such a pain. They may not look like much, but they actually do a lot of damage. They would go with the avatar on that mounting that will make him impossible to kill. Not necessarily impossible, but just so difficult, especially with a minimal army like this. Breath of Fire won't even affect that avatar, as he is immune to magic, any kind of magic, friendly and I guess harming, offensive magic. This might be GG. I mean, Avatar mounting, that's pretty much an indicator of you're pretty much screwed. There we go with another Stormball. Dark Ranger is at level 6, but I'm not sure if she will charm anyone. Dark Ranger level 6 has a very unique ability, which is basically gain control of a unit of reasonable level. Obviously not a Spellbreaker, as it doesn't work that way because he is immune. I don't think so. Wait. Yeah, it doesn't work. Goblin Laboratory reveal right there, taking out the Dark Ranger. And yeah, Panda is going to be taken out. That is definite GG from HLA, and Hawk is going to take this victory with a, I guess, solid means. Either way. Yeah, I'll see you guys in game 2.